44 of the 404 verses in the book of Revelation are about Babylon. 11% of the book of Revelation is about Babylon. So whatever it is, it's important. And Babylon is the last place that God deals with before the second coming of Jesus in Revelation 19. I agree with Ed. I think this is the most difficult interpretation of the book of Revelation. People take Babylon to be Rome. Of course, some take it to be New York City. Preterists take it to be Jerusalem. I take it in a more literal sense to be a literal Babylon that's going to be rebuilt. The word Babylon, Babylonia, is referred to about 300 times in the Bible. It's always literal, except there is one place in 1 Peter 5:13 where Babylon does seem to be used there for the city of Rome. It's going to be Antichrist city. It's kind of man's city. And it's going to be the final place that God destroys before the Lord Jesus comes back. And I think the main message is, when you read those chapters, Babylon is a place of materialism and sensuality and opposition to God. The main message, whatever place we identify Babylon as particularly, it's something you don't want to be identified with. Mm-hmm. And whatever Babylon is all about, we want to be the opposite of that in our lives.
If I could just add, I certainly have respect for the different positions, and yes, I think that's the way it should be among Christians, to disagree agreeably. I agree with Mark that it's going to be a literal city, and it will be Mystery Babylon, but all that means is that there's going to be something new about it that's not been true before. And the way that I personally take it is it's related to the Antichrist controlling the world economy. Nobody will be able to buy or sell. And when you look at the destruction of Babylon, really the greatest grief is experienced by the world's merchants and businessmen who look at it being destroyed and say, wow, our wealth is ruined. I mean, we've got nothing left. So it seems to me that it's going to be the capital of commerce in the end times. And everything revolves around that capital of commerce. And everything about buying and selling throughout the world is centered right there at this economic center in Babylon. And so I think it is literal Babylon, but I think it's going to be different in that way. It's going to be an economic center in the end times.
You think it'll be a place that the Antichrist parks it for a while?
I think he will. Mm-hmm. I think he will. There have been other people who have speculated that perhaps one reason why he goes to Babylon may be related to oil. It is suggested by some that the one thing that the military machines of the world require is oil. And so what better way to control the world's oil than to move to Babylon for a time?
The destruction of Babylon, for me, I just don't see how it fits with a city in the Middle East, right in the middle of the Islamic Sea. But time moves on, and in God's plan, anything could happen in the future. I think the bottom line for all of us is it represents the ultimate evil of this world, totally engrossed in materialism and an obsession with itself and not with God, and God's going to bring whatever it is to destruction in the end.